Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Today looking at Archecore, one of my very favorite toy lines, even though it's 135 scale. This is the ARC-12. This is the Boulder Bunker sets. Now I do have two of these, and you would have seen that if you saw my toy haul video the other day. This one came with no cellophane bag, which was a bit disheartening or disheartening, whichever the word is, and the instructions were external to the missing bag as well. Looks really cool. Now this is a big box, especially bearing in mind this is 135 scale. Looks very, very cool. If you look at the side, it just looks like a huge armored tower of death. You see what's included in here. No figure that I can see, but lots of guns, big, small, rocket launchers, lights, a banner, fences, etc. There's a figure in it from this side. A bunker or a tank? It must be a bunker. It says Boulder Bunker set, and it shows that you can make more and more things of more sets. So I'm glad I got two. I may have to buy more stuff in the future, but then put it where I don't know, since this is not my forever home. But that does look pretty cool. Okay, I'm gonna open up this bad boy. I'm gonna start setting it up. It's probably gonna take me about an hour or so, maybe a bit less. We'll see. Then we'll come back and we'll see what it's like. So back in an instant. Okay, so here we are. So you can make fortifications like this from this bunker set. So you've got these gun turret which can rotate, go up and down, huge guns there. Now with this, I will point something out. There is a hole in the back which this seat plugs into. See, it plugs in down there. But you have to swap the light around in this, so change it from one way to the other way, because they pre-assemble it the wrong way around. Otherwise the light is shining back at the guy. How's he going to see? These great big rocket launchers on the side. You've got your grenade launchers, you've got your machine guns, and you've got your flamers as well. Very, very nice. It doesn't come with any figures, but I've got a figure with me which I reviewed just the other day, the set that he came in. And if he stands up behind here on the platform, his feet are on the ground at the moment. Nah. About there, you see that is a very good piece of protection for him and lots of firepower. Haven't sat anyone in the seat yet. Not much protection from the side we can see, but that is a great fortification. Let me try and sit him in. It should be very easy because these guys have phenomenal articulation. I'm not going to make him hold the handles because the hands are quite stiff and I don't want to flaff around too much. Just want to see what he's like sitting in. Oh, easy, piece of pea. And he would sit in that and he'd operate these big guns here. That leaves you with this section here. Now you can make the Boulder Bunker, but you have to use these parts from this one. Now fortunately, because I've got two, I'm spoiling you guys. I've opened the second one and made the Boulder Bunker, and this is phenomenal. Check this out. And it does have tracks, but they don't move around. Unfortunately, that will make it perfect. So this is the other thing you can do with all the pieces together. Now you don't use all the pieces doing this because there are parts that are left over, because you can combine several sets together, this and other sets, not necessarily the same set, to make part of a wall. I'll show you the start of that, and I'll show you the instructions for that in a minute. So this is really cool. So at the front you've got our grenade launchers which do move, and I've got somewhere some pliers. And use the pliers because otherwise my fingers won't get this right. If I pull this little door open, there we go. We can see inside there is the driver's seat in there. Now the problem is, if you open this up, the guns at the top have to go up. They can't go down. And there are lights you can put in here. But if you put the lights in there, then you cannot close it because the grenade launchers will be in the way. Okay. On the side, you've got these sort of nice spikes, machine gun posts that turn. You've got the rocket launchers that rotate. Also, you can open these doors and you can look inside again at your people inside. Can we see inside? There you go. Bit of light you can see inside. No one's in it at the moment. On the back is plain, but I did add the flamethrowers, which they didn't have in the instructions. They can go left and right. And again, if you've got pliers, you can pull that one open. Let me just do that now for you. So you can see inside again. There we go. Just very plain inside. And then we move round to the other side. So yep, all the doors can open up. You can see inside. You've got your rocket launchers on the side here as well. This is absolutely fantastic. But I think it looks better with this closed. Now I have to line up the gun so it will close, because then the I think it's better because then the gun turret can come down and sort of face forwards. This is like your ultimate, not tank, this is siege and hold, because tanks are great at sieging but not good at holding positions. This looks like it's great at holding positions too. It's like a mini fortress on tracks. Absolutely fantastic. Now I'm going to keep that there for the time being, and in fact let me just move it to the side. So let's put that over there, put this one behind, and in the background you can see the banner. Right, go back to the other piece. And now this is not following the instructions. This is what I've worked out for trying start changing it into part of the Great Wall section. So what you can do, these can come up, this can come down, this can come out and down. Now you've got to start the walls. On this part here, you need to pull apart, bring us over the red lips. They can come up and that will go into the top. Same this one. Over the red lips. And it can start into this sort of big position here. Now, the instructions here for turning into the Great Wall, it says that you require ARC-09, ARC-10, ARC-12 and ARC-13. And I've got all those here, so I won't do this now. When I finish opening the last one, I'll start on the Great Wall part. So we can see here the steps that you've got to take of all these to start making the Great Wall. But all it's going to make is that one tower section. So basically you're going to need at least 2 of each here and here, the other parts to make the parts around there. And why I like the idea, I'd rather buy this as one big expensive set than buying lots of little sets and then losing the functionality of one part. It's got to use it to make another part. This is just making me buy more and more and more and more sets again. So overall, this is looking fantastic. Now I've got a couple more things to show you guys before we wrap this up. So, if you guys have not done so already, please consider supporting the channel via the Patreon page. There's loads of exclusive content on there. Plus, you get free inclusive entries and extra entries depending on your level of patronage into the Awesome Action Toy raffle. So, here is a guy standing up. Get an idea of his scale. If I get a 1/18 scale action figure, I use Dr. Sloan from Fortnite. You can see the size there as well. If I move this across a bit, let's see our size compared to this. It's bigger than her. So that could work in a 1/18 scale sort of a environment almost too. And you possibly could fit a 1/18 scale inside. Now to open this up to fit figures inside is a bit tricky. You've got these 4 latches on the corner. These are pivoted, so you want to pick up from the bottom. Now to save my fingernails, I'm going to use my pliers again. Not too hard because I don't want to damage the plastic. That's nearly 1. There we go, 1. It's easy if you grip and then just pivot onto the red part. 2. Oops. 3. 1 more, then I can do it via hand. Okay, now let me do the rest by hand and we can see what figures are like inside. That one's still a bit stuck. Let's do that one again. I thought I opened it more than that. There we go. 4. So when these 4 hooks are up, you can take the top off. Now, your little figure can fit inside here. Can he stand up? The answer is yes. They can stand up inside and they won't touch the roof. It says, you know, in the little bio for this is for 3 troopers. Well, you can have 1 in here, sitting down. You can have 1 there, 1 there. You can have 4, 1 at the back as well. So 1 manning the machine guns, 1 manning the machine guns, 1 manning the flamethrowers at the back. If I grab my Dr. Sloan figure again, she could sit in that, and I could stick that on top, and that would still close. So you could still put a 1/18 scale figure in there if you wanted to, but the opening closing mechanism is a little bit time consuming, particularly if you don't have pliers on hand. So what do I think of this? I think it's fantastic. I think they've done a great job on this. The instructions are not clear, and that's because they're only in 2 color. I wish I'd do it in full color and make the instructions far easier to follow on this, but nevertheless, it is a fantastic set. I love this sort of this boulder tank mode. Okay, I find it easier to put it in opposite corners at a time. If you do the same side, it may not line up on the other side. But if you do opposite, it becomes easier to line up, especially on the last one, with minimal adjustments. That should be, there we go. Will that close? Yeah. And now it's closed. Fantastic set. Highly, highly recommended. I think Archecore, like I said previously, some of the best engineered toys on the market. This and number 57 by, well, formerly Creative Field. Not sure if it is Creative Field. And also, I would say Acid Rainbow are some of the best engineered toys on the market. Great set. Definitely worth picking up. Highly, highly recommended. Please do like, share, subscribe, and again, consider supporting the channel via Patreon, link in the video description, and check out my videos here on YouTube. There's over 1,000 for you guys to enjoy. But I must confess, the earlier ones are relatively poor quality in comparison to the newer ones with my better camera, better setup, better perspective, and angle, etc. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye-bye.